you really fake it till you make it until you find success? Stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Dave Rubalcava. I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside, show dedicated to your leadership journey. Remember, you are never alone. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode. So the question came up, can you fake it till you make it? And I think this is a great topic. I think everybody at some point has heard this phrase, and I actually just heard it recently. That's what kind of sparked the podcast episode for me and made me think about it. But I thought a lot about what it really means. And I think from the outside in, it sounds like it's great, right? You just got to pretend, you got to pretend and pretend. You just pretend that you belong where you belong. And so there's some truths to that. Like, I really truly believe that when you're confident, and you, even if you make mistakes, but if you're confident, a lot of people assume you should be there, or you're the one that's in charge, or just the way you carry yourself, the way you conduct yourself. They assume that you are the one that's in charge of leading people, and you kind of demonstrate those characteristics, which is probably true, right? But I'm going to share a story with you. Early in my career, I had absolutely no idea what it was like to be a leader. No idea, no experience. I was in transition, and this goes back to the first 4 years of my career, which I've talked about a lot. Like, zero experience, zero understanding of what it takes to be successful. And so what did I do? I'm just going to fake it. I'm going to pretend that I know what's going on. I'm going to pretend that I know what you're asking of me. And they'll say, do you understand? I'm like, yep. And guess what? Nope, I do not understand what you're talking about. I'm going to go ask my peer because I don't know what you're talking about. So it's one of those things where, look, guys, I'm going to be really transparent. And remember the word transparency. And I think this is why it's more, for me, it's more of how do I want to be viewed as a leader. And so transparency always plays a huge portion in it. But let me ask you this question. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been faking it to make it, and someone starts to call you out on some of your abilities? Someone starts to pick at, maybe this guy doesn't know what's going on, and starts to challenge you, or start to bring up a lot of your mistakes and bring up a lot of, and this is not your leader, these are your subordinates, or these are your team that start to kind of pick holes into whether or not you're credible, whether or not you know what's going on. So a lot of us, that's happened to me, a lot of us have experienced that, and that's happened to me as well early in my career, because I was under this impression that I'm the leader, I'm the one that's responsible, I need to know everything, and that's because I'm the boss, right? So I need to know everything. And I truly believe that nothing could be farther from the truth. And so let's take a step back to what I mentioned in transparency. So I'm a firm believer that if you are trying to build trust and trying to uphold integrity, the more transparent and honest you are with your team, I think they're going to respect you a lot more. So I'll give you an example. If you go into a new job, which I've done this many of times, you go into a new job and you just pretend like you know everything, even though you don't. You're in a different field, and I've done this multiple times. You're in a completely different field, and you want to pretend like you know everything and just fake it until you one day it clicks. There's a cost for that, and the cost is at some point, this team is going to feel like they can't reach you, or they can't connect with you, or that you're trying to protect your own reputation versus caring about theirs, And so there's a lot of difficulty in that once you kind of close your team off, and once you close the door to them, it's hard to get them back, if ever get them back. And so for me, the transparency is key. And so what I've done in my career, and like I said, the first maybe 4 or 5 years, I just faked it. After that, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be honest and go like, look, this is where I'm at. This is my experience. This is what I'm good at. This is what I don't understand. but we're going to work through this together, and I'm going to need your help. And so as a leader, I'm okay, and you should be okay in being comfortable and asking your team for help. Like, look, yeah, I don't know all the answers. I know certain things. I know certain, roles or whatever, but for certain parts of the business, I may not be the expert. I may not know, and that's why I'm going to lean on you. And what that does is it builds a connection. Like, wow, I mean, can you remember early in your career where your boss said, hey, man, I'm going to need your help? How did that make you feel? Like, my boss needs my help? Me? I'm just like, a sales floor clerk or something. Like, you need my help? Me? Just remember that. The power of empowering your team, the power of reaching out and connecting and saying, like, look, I don't know everything, but we're going to do this together and we're going to work through this together, helps build and facilitate an environment where you guys are functioning as a team. And over time, it will eventually become a high performance team because everybody is transparent. Everybody is honest about their own performances. I will be honest with you. I've been honest with my team to the point where I'm like, man, I am failing you guys right now. I'm struggling. I'm failing you. And it's happened at different stages of my career where I felt like I'm just failing. I'm going to let them know, like, I have failed you. And because of that, I didn't lead you to success. And because of that, we are struggling as a team. And so, but I recognize it. I was transparent. And what do you think the team said after that? Do you think they were like, oh my God, David sucks, or man, he doesn't know how to lead us? The exact opposite happened. It was like, we're sorry we let you down. We're sorry that, we know that you put in a lot of effort, but we didn't make it happen. We're sorry. What can we do different? How can we? And it just brought us even closer, which is crazy, right? But that's the power of being transparent. So when I think about the whole fake it till you make it, yeah, there's certain parts I think that sometimes you got to just keep your head down and you just got to go like, okay, and roll with the punches. But I think when it comes to the way that you communicate and you connect with your team, I think you need to be transparent. And I think that goes a lot longer than, faking it until something happens or, within the next couple of months, you figure it out. Just think about how your relationship with those associates or your team is happening while you're putting on a facade. And so like every facade somehow the house comes crashing down. Like it just does. And so if you know that and you're aware of that, better to be a little bit more transparent. So I hope that gives you some perspective into whether or not you should be doing that. And if you're doing it right now, I'm curious as to, why. What's your thoughts behind that? What's your thoughts behind, just faking it till you make it? And what results have you got from it? I know that there's some times where I will be honest, where I was given a project and I'm just like, I'm just going to try it. And, it came out successful, but I had to work hard. That was the key, like to uphold the illusion that I knew what I was doing for like this presentation. I had to work like 5 times harder. I had to practice. I had to put in a lot more work than if I was naturally comfortable delivering a presentation that someone just gave to me. Like now I can. You can give me a presentation, I'll go out and do it, and I don't think twice about it. But at that stage, I wasn't, and I had to work really, really hard at it. So I believe that, with hard work and diligence and consistency, that you will start to establish, your role and your abilities, that faking it doesn't need to even exist, that you can just go out and be honest and be transparent. And I will tell you, as your reputation grows and you become known for being transparent, it's a lot easier to talk to people. It's a lot easier to talk to your supervisor and go like, hey man, like I let you down. I'm sorry. I failed you. Those conversations, they get easier because you're being harder on yourself. No one's going to be harder on me than I am with myself. So I'm disappointed in myself. I'm going to push myself harder. So I'm okay with having those conversations and okay with being honest about, this is where I struggled, this is what I failed, and this is, what's going on in my world right now in this company or the office or your store or whatever is going on. Being comfortable, being an honest assessor of your own abilities and your own talents. So I hope that helps you guys. Stay tuned for another episode. And hey, just an FYI, guys, we're about to start rolling out some one-on-one time I'm going to start putting it in the notes that I want to reach out. I want to connect to some of you guys. And if you ever need advice, I'm going to offer one-on-one time. I'm going to offer, that you can maybe, we can set something up where it's 4 times a month, for an hour or something like that we can start to connect and start helping you with not only career advice, but family advice, life advice, you name it, man. But I want to be more available to you guys and be able to connect with you guys. And so we're going to start offering some things like that. Okay. So just stay tuned. I'm still working it out, but stay tuned. I want to be the leader that's there for you when you need me. So thanks for tuning in for another episode. Sorry, guys. Stay tuned. And we'll see you next time. Always remember, awaken the leader inside. Until next time, guys.
Make sure you hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell on the top, right? Now it's time to get to work and let's make it happen.